Welcome back, guys, to Seek the Beast on the Mystcraft Feed the Beast server. We are currently in the spawn village of Spawniness, leaving the nether hub pyramid of pyramidiness, and we are heading, what direction is this? Eastward, I think? We're heading eastward, away from spawn village. And we're going to do, we're not going to add chaos to our base this episode. What we're going to do is we're going to get some things to add chaos to our base later. And I'm heading in not really a random direction, but just a direction away from Spawn Village because we're going to have to do some caving. Oh, you can see there's a quarry under the water here. So, I do most of my updates on my Mystcraft videos, but for the people who, maybe there's a few people that only watch these, that kind of looks neat. There's like a, it looks like a big door, a hole where the quarry ended there. That's kind of cool. I was gone for 3 weeks on vacation, which was why there was no Feed the Beast videos for, what was it, like a week and a half or so now? But I'm back, and I'm back to making videos, and there's certainly a rhythm, there's a habit formed in making videos on a day-to-day basis, and when I was gone for 3 weeks, I kind of lost my train of thought, so to speak. I logged in today for the first time in probably 3 weeks or whatever, however long it's been, and I was like, I felt a little lost, like, oh, what do I do? I know when I left, I had a very clear set of things I was working on, and I fiddled around a little bit. I, just did this or that, try to get myself back in the habit, back in the groove. And I decided a few things I'd like to do to get back to work. And today we're going to go caving because I would like some more spawners for my base for various reasons. Mostly not for functional reasons. We already have a tier 5 mushroom spawner for no particular reason, just for fun. And so I made a number of soul shards. We're going to go caving and try to find some spawners to power these guys up, and I'll probably reserve maybe 5 or 6, depending, something like that, to put specific monsters on, and then we'll combine them in an anvil, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with them quite yet, but we'll do something fun. So, first things first, first thing we need to do is get some of those spawners and power up these shards. So I've come out here, this is actually, it wasn't random, I came out here for a reason, because we needed to go caving, but I'd also like to talk about Feed the Beast in general while we cave. And right here, you can see this, there's a little hole in the mountain here that's lit up. This is my little starter base from when we reset the map, and I thought this would be a good place to start talking about Feed the Beast. This is my now abandoned starter base. This is where it is. When Pack Rat found me, I was over here fiddling with something. These were all where the machines were, and he like dug down right here. I had made another portal. I'm not sure how he found me. He was digging down to like look for something, because he was starting a quarry above here. I wonder, I never actually asked him what caused him to dig down. It might have been that he heard my portal and he was investigating. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll have to ask him about that. I never did for some reason. But I had a portal right there to try to get back to, was I trying to get glowstone or was I just trying to get back to Spawn Village? I don't remember. But this is where my little starter base was, and I thought it might be fun to take a look at it. I guess he was trying to get copper, and he was gonna like just swipe off the, oh, look at this. What is this? Is this what he made? I don't know whose stuff this is. I've been gone for 3 weeks, and I haven't been over here since I abandoned this area. This stuff was not here when I... Oh, is this Milby's area? Milby's new place? Milby built directly on top of my... Oh, well, you're going to find a lot of mined out caves, Milby, because I mined this area out. That is so funny. My quarry is right here. Although I guess I didn't do that much before I left. I've seen I haven't watched many YouTube videos since I've been gone, and he restarted Feed the Beast. I know that much. That is hilarious. Let's investigate a little bit. Now I'm curious. I wonder if he found anything, like any explored caves, or maybe he didn't. It doesn't seem like he's found... I'll have to ask him if he found my little starter base. That I left the door open so that people could find it. And we have a new... Another thing is we have a new mini-map, so it doesn't show the coordinates in the chat log. And it's got a pretty good underground mode. So look at the mini-map right now. You can see all these caves here. And I just noticed flying up. I wanted to do it again to look at it. The picture will change to update the caves in a pretty cool way as we zoom up to the top. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Okay, well I'll have to ask him about that. That's funny. Now how do I get out of here? This is the second floor. Okay, not here. Right? How do I get out of here? No, this isn't it. Maybe that was it. Where the heck's... Oh, there's the door. Okay. Well, and he's not on. The Jims and Doc M are on. Very interesting. So, I was going to do some caving over here because I didn't think anybody lived out here. So maybe we'll fly a little bit farther away. And I thought maybe something I could talk about while I at least start the caving. But I may start to break up the editing, and I'll like do some things off camera if looking for spawners becomes too tedious. But what I could talk about is the possibility of a map reset and what happened with my previous base and some of my plans for my previous base, which is I had a lot of plans for it, and I might as well just reveal them and talk about them because we're obviously never going back to that first map. So recently we've been kind of talking about the possibility of another map reset. Oh, somebody else is here. Who is this? That's very strange. I'm not sure who this is either. I tried to, because we have a new waypoint system, I tried to rebuild my waypoints. And I did, I rebuilt some of them. I didn't do all of them, but I rebuilt them through the Nether Hub, and there are several tunnels that aren't labeled. And here is one of these weird glitches. So maybe we'll go out past this and then we'll start caving. So mods are continually being updated, and the mods are made by individuals who don't do it for a living. So it's always something they do in their free time, and it takes a lot of time. And sometimes, a lot of times, mods get abandoned because people decide they don't want to do it anymore, or they get sick of it, or they move on to other projects or whatever. And one of the mods that might be abandoned or going to be abandoned is Red Power, the mod that gives us the updated redstone wiring, all the circuits, and micro blocks, which is the biggie. It also gives us the volcanoes and the marble and the basalt. Basalt. So the mod developer for that has kind of disappeared. We don't know where she is, and so that has not been updated for 1.5, and it's a possibility. It's not really a problem right this second, but in the future it might be a problem. That, and by the way, what I'm doing, I'm looking kind of for a ravine to jumpstart my caving, but I don't see one, so I may just dig down. And with the minimap, it may be easier to find caves, now that I think about it. And it's got the little mobs on there too, so that may help. So anyway, we may have a problem where Red Power in the future won't be a part of Feed the Beast, so we may end up needing to do another map reset because, think about it, if all the micro blocks disappeared, like, so much of the server would just cease to exist. Most of the Nether Hub, a lot of our builds would just disappear. So that's an issue that I've been thinking about. Oh, let me charge this up. I've been thinking about how am I going to handle that. I'm halfway through my second mega project, and I'm thinking maybe, well, I should probably prioritize to try to do as much as I can to get this going. Making the nether hubs took a lot of time. I think if we do another map reset, I don't think I'm going to make another nether hub. It took so long. Or we may do something, you know, with portal guns or something that's... Ooh, a little duplicate item. Which one's which? With portal guns or something. I'm not sure. Maybe a gigantic nether hub. Anyway, I don't think I'd want to spend the time making another one. It was an interesting design problem and project, but it was very time consuming. Oh, and I know this is a lot of ocean because when I was searching for my secret base location, I explored basically the whole map for thousands of blocks in every direction. Okay, so let's just dig straight down. So that's a possibility, and my last base got interrupted. Let's just dig straight down here and do some mining. See if I can't find something. My last base, my first base, which included the Death Star mining array, and that was only part of it though, really. I lost that because we ended up doing a map reset. I was hoping to find abandoned mine shafts. Here we go. Here's some caves. Okay, so let's just explore. And I guess... Oh, you know what I didn't bring? Okay, here's an issue. I only have 64 torches. My pickaxe... Oh, no, I can use my mining laser to get coal. Okay, I can get coal. If I find an abandoned mine shaft, I can get wood so I can make more torches. Okay. All right. Never mind. Hey, buddy. The Death Star mining array, all that stuff, lost it. Oh, look at this. Oh, right away. Excellent. Good. And I thought I would sort of peel back the veil of secrecy around that base and tell you sort of the general ideas, because I thought it was a pretty cool idea. Let's see, I'll take the steel. I don't really need the steel, but I don't know, I'm just kind of... Maybe I'll take this to get some coal. I don't need it, though. What am I doing? I don't know. Another thing I didn't bring is my... I didn't bring my little ender chest for sending things back to my base that I might want to do. Oh, well. So, in the first world... Oh, I've just realized that my headphones weren't plugged in, and the game sounds were coming through the speakers, so there may be a little feedback in the voice. I'm sorry about that, if that's an issue. If you can't tell, don't worry about it. So, in the first world, I never really talked about Mystcraft, but I was using Mystcraft from the very beginning, and it was an essential part of my overall concept and base structure. So from the very beginning, before I even made a video, I had experimented in Mystcraft, and I had a Mystcraft world, like secret all to myself. And if you don't have linking books, then you can't get to it. So it was my own little personal world. And in that world, I had a bunch of... I had researched all the biomes and stuff. And I had also gotten some from Avidya. So, do I want these? No, I don't care about the rails. I had all the different biomes and the sky colors and the fog colors and all those kind of cool options. And I had my own secret world, and in this secret world in a mountain, I had built a big room, which was going to be like the central room for my final base, which never actually ended up on video. And from the very beginning, in that room, it was kind of like a big square room with a series of tiers, and around each tier, it was like a ring. Around each tier, there was a series of books on the little stands, and they went to all kinds of different places. I had a book to everyone's base, so whenever I would mess with someone, like when I went to BOO's base, here's some caves. Oh, good. Okay, good. Let's Okay, let's see. We need one of these shards on here. Right, and then we need to kill a cave spider. Okay, and then cave spider. Good. Let me get rid of this guy, and then let's see. I think there we go. Okay, so oh, there's another one. Excellent. Oh, I need a sword. So I had a book to everyone's base, and I had a return book to go straight back to my base. So anytime I went to mess with people, like when I messed with B00's proximity sensor thing. Got him. Yeah. Cave spider, tier 3 already. Awesome. I'd never had to run there or anything. I would just teleport directly to their base. So that was one of the features at my central room that was going to be the central room in my base. Another thing is, like, the early concept that I talked about was to have to hide a series of small bases all over the place, and to have them, the way I explained it was to have like a tiny little bases all over the place, right under people's noses, so that if they got discovered, it wouldn't be a huge loss if I just lost one of them. Well, that was a big lie. I was lying to you right through my teeth, because none of... Is there another one up here? None of those bases were actually in the real world. They were all in Mystcraft worlds. And they were all on a... Not every one had its... Oh my gosh. Not every one had its own unique Mystcraft world, but there were several different Mystcraft worlds. And they each would have like a wall that I was going to eventually knock down to reveal the landscape. Look at that, tier 4, awesome. That's actually probably a waste. I remember when I combined these things that you get more by combining them on an anvil than you would just by right-clicking on spawners. So for instance, I built the cow farm. The cow farm was on a world that I think was like an ice glacier world or something like that. It was in some kind of mountain, and it had a wall made of dirt or something that I was eventually going to knock down when I revealed this master plan. And that wall, that world, I think it had... I think it was the glacier one. No. My main base, the sort of the main room that linked everything together, that was a glacier world. The one with the cow, I think that was some sort of red rock mountain or something. But anyway, come get Sean. Come get Sean. I think it had a red sky or a blue sky and weird fog. Whatever. The concept was that each of these little rooms would have like a different environment, have different colored skies and clouds, and some might be raining constantly, some might be on a flat desert, some might have black fog, or might be in, you know, the twilight 24/7, that kind of thing. So each one was kind of different, and each one had 3 doors. Not doors, but like book stands, really. But technically a door, because it takes you somewhere else, to a different quote-unquote room of the house. So, oh, what was that? I don't know what that was. Each one would take you to a different room of the house. The center door would take you back to the main linking chamber with all the linking books. The door on the left would take you to the book on the left of the main chamber room. The book on the right would take you to the... Let me get some of these actually for torches. And I actually probably need to start making... I can take that. Probably need to start making some more... Ooh, yeah. Need to start making some torches. So the book on the left would take you to the room on the left. The book on the right would take you to the book on the right of the main the main book room, if that makes sense. I hope that's not confusing. So I think I had only done a few of them. The only ones that were in the real world were the Death Star mining array. That was in the real world, quote unquote. And that was actually underneath an ocean, which was why it was so low in the ground. And I think I cleared most of the ground in there with the portal gun, where I would shoot the moon and then put a portal on the ground and suck all the things out of the sky. I had a lot of problems plugging up holes where it kept breaking through to the ocean. I had to plug them up a lot. That was annoying, but I think I did most of that off camera for that reason. But that's the reason why it was so low, and it was under this gigantic ocean, so it was very unlikely anyone would ever find me. At least not with the mini-map we had at the time. Did we even have a mini-map in that version? I don't remember. But there's a problem if you look at the mini-map now, we've got this cave mode. And like, look at this. This is pretty cool because we can navigate with it. But on the other hand, it's going to make finding underground bases way easier. So one of the things I might do with these spawners that I'm gathering... Hi! How you doing, buddy? Is I may make some sort of home defense system or something. I don't know. My base is pretty big. I thought about surrounding it with warded blocks to keep people out, but that would take a lot of warded blocks. But I don't really know what I'm gonna do with the spawners. I just want to do something kind of silly, really. I wonder if you can see spawners. Oh no! Stop! Oh my keyboard. Okay. Got stuck holding W, ran forward. I don't think you can see spawners on here. Hi, buddy. So let's see, how many of those rooms had I actually built when we had to abandon the first map? I had built the cow farm, I remember that. I had the mining array. I had, well, I had books to everyone's bases. I think I had one or two others. I hadn't really gone very far with it because I was still in the phase of getting the mining array up to get a lot of like building materials going. But that was the general concept for the whole thing. And it's kind of impossible with the current mod pack because we don't have Mystcraft. So I can't make different worlds where every sort of room in my house has a totally different environment, like different horizons and colors, and it was all for aesthetic appeal. I never used Mystcraft for, you know, to set up a lot of quarries or what was the sort of the cheaty thing about it, the dense ores? Yeah, I never used it for that. I always just liked the pretty colors in the sky. That was the only thing I ever used it for. Let's see, we've kind of run dry a little bit on spawners. I should probably try to stick to the mine shafts. Ooh. That's probably the best bet. Let's see, let's get, how am I doing on torches? Oh, I'm very low. Okay, no, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do that. Give me that. Let's just get a bunch of coal here so I can make some more torches. Whoop. Okay, so we've kind of run dry on spawner, so I think I'm gonna do a little bit of off-camera exploration. Yeah, I guess I'll resume when I find some more spawners. No, don't you blow up my spawner. I just found a skeleton spawner. I think it is a skeleton spawner. Because the first thing that attacked me was a skeleton. Yeah, skeleton. Okay. First, let's have a little bit of filet mignon, and then oh, I guess, oops, I need to actually kill a skeleton now. Hi, buddy. Here we go. Smacks, right? All right, tier 2. Cave spider tier 4. Excellent. Okay, making good progress. Got a stupid bow. Let's... Ooh, sapphires. I guess I don't really need those. But the record I will take. I will give the sapphires back. I'm actually going to keep the spider. I'm very low on spider eyes and string from doing research in Thaumcraft. Can drop a lot of this stuff. Don't need the bow either. And I have a lot of gunpowder because we have those creeper spawners. Okay, I think that's good. Do I want the mossy cobble? Not really. Maybe if it was the vanilla server, I would scoop that up, but not here. Okay, let's see if we can find anything else. So, that whole story about all the stuff I had planned for the original Feed the Beast server we had, the first map. I have a similar, not a similar plan, but I have a plan for my base here on this map. And it's kind of a crazy idea, and if there's a possibility we reset the map, I need to get going on it. Because I may lose it again when I'm like just part way through in my progress. So I think here's kind of, I'm not going to tell you what the big plan is. I'm not going to do that. But I will say what the next couple steps are. The next couple steps are to get these, just to get a few of these weird spawners, and to set up some silly, like, craziness. Like I was talking about in a previous episode when I talked about, let's see, I think I want to head south. This way. I think. Maybe not. Like I talked about in a previous episode. Ooh, do I want to go this way? Let's go down here. Like any good mad scientist laboratory, you need a lot of bells and whistles and flashing vials and burbling, gurgling cauldrons and things that don't do anything but look impressive. That's very important. That's one of the major. Hey, buddy, nice railroad you got there. Like any decent mad scientist laboratory, we're gonna need some of that stuff. And so that's part of what I was doing with all of the lava pipes, the liquid ducts from thermal expansion or whatever. And I also want to do some weird stuff like that with the spawners. And then after that, I need to get to work on sort of the overall idea, which I haven't talked about or hinted at. But I need to get to work on that. So that's kind of what I want to do the next couple of videos. And I wanted to sort of do this. I guess maybe talking about it helped me find my creative train of thought. Creosote bottle. I don't think that's very valuable. Coal coke. Bronze pickaxe. TNT cart. Whatever. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I kind of lost my train of thought, so to speak, in building. And maybe talking about it for this video helped me find it again. I think it did. But another thing I'd like to do is to have these videos out more frequently. I tend to do things until I finish them, and sometimes that can be what happens is I like refuse to stop until I finish. I end up staying up till 4 or 5 a.m. and it's I end up delaying a video for several days because I just have to finish this huge thing. I think what I'm gonna do is I'd like to start having Feed the Beast videos out probably at least 2 a week, maybe not every other day, but 2 a week, something to that effect. As long as the normal Mystcraft episodes I'm doing. Oh, good, cave spiders. I think I'll start another shiard. Where you at? So some of my Feed the Beast videos may be short. I'm gonna try to sort of temper myself. Oh, I'm out of coal. And I'm gonna try to do things in smaller chunks so that I have videos out more frequently. And this video is maybe a little longer even though, because I've been caving and talking, which doesn't take as long to record. But some of the building videos do take a long time to record. Anyway, so let's see if we can find. Oh, stupid! Let's see if we can find one more spawner before I end the video. I'm gonna do some more of this off camera. Block of steel. Maybe I don't really need any of this crap. Why am I taking that? I'm such a glutton for... I'm so greedy, and now I've gotten lost. I did see a cave spider. You know what I do need, though, is more coal. That's right. Right click. It's been a little while since I used a mining laser very frequently. Zoom, shoom, shoom, shoom. yeah, whatever. I'll charge you later. Okay, so now, let's see, do I still have sticks? Oh, I have plenty of wood. More sticks. More coal. Excellent. Let us continue. Torch. And I saw the dumb cave spiders as well. Where's your spawner, buddies? Was it around here? I got turned around a little bit. Let's just look around, see if we can find something. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. Hey, we gained a level. We gained 5 levels. More coal, awesome. Oh my god! Oh, that would have been bad if I had died there. Okay. I do have protection 4 on all my armor, but still, it's not as good as diamond armor with the same protection, with the same enchants. Man, that would have really sucked. I don't even know if this new waypoint mod gives death waypoints. I didn't see an option for it to turn it on or off when I was digging through the options. I'm not sure. That would have been bad getting back to here. A real pain in the butt. And nobody's out here, so I don't think there's any chunk loaders nearby unless Milby's is huge. We're kind of far away from Milby at this point. And I have no idea where those cave spiders were. And maybe I should have taken a waypoint when I saw them. That's what I did before when I was looking for spawners. Anytime I found a spawner, I'd waypoint it. But I've just been destroying them, so whatever. We'll just keep looking. Oh wait, what's this? No, that's from lava. That's not us. That's not a dungeon. Are these ricochets from my mining laser, maybe? Okay, so I don't know where they are, and I'm not going to continue to just delay the end of the video for no good reason. Just for the possibility of finding another spawner on camera. But I guess next time we'll mess around more with... Whoa! Damn it! Gosh, be careful. Where's my water buckets? Need that on the bar. That's why I keep it on the bar, for things like that. Here, let's get rid of that. Get rid of... No, don't get rid of that. Get rid of you. And you. Wood. No. Get out. Get out. Okay. Next time, we will probably mess around with some of these spawners, and we'll do something in the secret laboratory. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you next time. Bye-bye. Shuck it, zombie. Shuck it.